Arsenal wins it at the death, of course. A lot of people question the mentality. They will drop points. They won't win at St. James's Park, but they do. They come from behind. After a good first half, we'll talk about the game. We'll talk about how Arsenal now are maybe in the driving seat, if you want to say, for this title race. Maybe they are in the driving seat. We'll talk about it, of course. But before we go on, I am Judge Mo. Hit that like button. This is your post-match analysis. Arsenal 2 away at St. James's Park versus Newcastle. 96th minute. Gabriel header gives Arsenal the 3 points for them to climb the table and be only 2 points behind Liverpool currently. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and also leave a comment below because I'm going to ask you some questions, of course, and I'm going to actually rate some of the players, of course, in this Arsenal team today. And I have to start by saying one thing. A lot of people have questioned Arsenal coming to this game. And Mikel Arteta have played an offensive lineup. He benched Saliba because he was injured, played Mosquera, who didn't have the greatest half. However, playing Eze in the 10, I'm just going to start by saying this. Eberechi Eze, I saw he was absolutely good. He should have scored, had about 3 shots on target in this game, played a couple of through passes. I thought that Eze was absolutely good this game. It only needed a GA. It only needed an assist or a goal or something. But I think it will come if he plays at the 10 more often because I thought he was good. I'm going to start by saying in the first half, I was looking at and we're going to talk about the decision and were they robbed and what Howard Webb said and all this stuff. But I'm going to ask you a question for real. Don't you think that watching Arsenal in that first half was their best performance? If you're a rival, let me know. That's my first question. Wasn't this Arsenal best performance this season? The intent, the physicality, winning the duels, winning the first balls and winning the second ones as well. The intent in creating chances, Eze's late runs to the A team, the amount of shots. And Nick Pope turned into prime Buffon today, to be honest with you. Prime Buffon today for the game. He saved a lot of shots from Arsenal, of course, that could have been 1 up, 2 up in the first half. Newcastle didn't lay a glove on Arsenal in that first half, apart from the corner they conceded by Mosquera's mistake. But Arsenal were chasing the game from them. And I'm just going to have to say something. Arsenal created abundance of chances from open play, actually. They created about like 3-4 chances where I think they should have scored one of the goals. Trossard hit the post. And to be honest with you, I know a lot of people are saying that Trossard hit the post. I think Trossard should have scored that one, to be honest with you. I want to hear what you guys think. It's a clear opportunity across the goal, and it's in the back of the net, but he just didn't. He hit it near post. It wasn't the cleanest connection on the ball. And it is what it is, but Arsenal continuing to push through, continuing trying to find the back of the net, but they couldn't. And Newcastle, after they scored, they went back. But still, Arsenal created chances. And Nick Pope was magnificent today. The one he saved from Timber in the second half, the header by a brilliant pass by Zubamendi. Nick Pope was great. But what does this mean for Arsenal? I think this galvanizes Arsenal, to be honest. But before I go on to talk about the conclusion, I want to analyze some performances. Gabriel in the goal was weak. He should not have fallen down. He should have challenged Voltemara. But he chose it was a slight contact by Voltemara, and he shouldn't have actually thrown himself to the ground. It's not a foul. It's a brilliant goal by Newcastle, in my opinion. However, do I think this was a penalty? In my opinion, I don't think it was a penalty. However, the rules in the Premier League, which is what Howard Webb said last season about the Saliba versus João Pedro, I'm going to actually let you hear it, actually, because it is astonishing why I know that they gave it, that in England, I think, gave it as a penalty, and then it was overturned. Do I think it's a penalty? I'm 50-50. If it was against my team, I would say it's not a penalty. If it's for my team, I might say it's a penalty. But we got to stay here and think about a couple of things. Did Nick Pope impede Victor Gyökeres? Yes. Did he get a touch on the ball? Yes. Did his momentum took him to the knee of Gyökeres? Yes. I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm just sitting here and I have no idea that this, like, if this was a penalty or not. As I said, the rule keep changing. But let's listen to what Howard Webb say, if you can hear it. Let me listen to this. This is his explanation for Joao Pedro last season.
Ball that you're referencing, Michael, doesn't negate the possible award of a penalty. We've seen other examples of where the ball might touch a player, touch a defender. There's still heavy contact on the follow-through, and it's a penalty. By a player who hasn't played the ball himself. The ball's touched him, but he's not played it.
Nick Pope didn't touch the ball touched him, which is just absolutely stupid. Absolutely.
And Pedro goes down in the penalty area. So when you break it down in that way, it's a foul and a Pedro.
So why they didn't give it as a foul, I don't know. It's just a different interpretation of the law. It was a different interpretation for the law. I don't know. But listen, I want to continue talking about the actual game. Mikel Merino sub for Arsenal was absolutely brilliant by Mikel Arteta. He scored a brilliant and a phenomenal header to actually get Arsenal the equalizer. What a cross by Declan Rice. Absolutely spot on the money. And the finish by Mikel Merino, the header, was spot on. Maybe that's how you use Mikel Merino. Off the bench, not starting Mikel Arteta. Maybe that's how you use it. The reason a lot of people are going to ask me why you are excited. You're supposed to be neutral. This is going to be, I want a title race. We want Arsenal to be there. We want the title race to be exciting and have fire in it. And Arsenal winning gives us this, to be honest. So we want a 3-horse, 4-horse title race. It will be a 2-horse or 3-horse title race. This is absolutely magnificent result by Arsenal in the sake of the title race, of course. But I'm going to give a shout to Gabriel again. That header, actually, from the corner was absolutely magnificent. How he risen to actually put that ball in the back of the net is magnificent. But the 3 points for Arsenal are absolutely amazing. But I want to ask you guys something for real. If you're a rival, if you're an Arsenal fan, is it in Arsenal's hand now? And also, do you think Arsenal are favorites now? Is it in their hands? Right? It is. Realistically, it is. It's only 6 games in. But will this galvanize the Arsenal team? Are we seeing now Arsenal being attacking and the performance is great? Is that what it is? I want to know what you guys are talking about because I want to hear you. But listen, a lot of people, listen, I received a text from Osama saying, Mo, what do you think about Arsenal losing? And I said, they must win the game. And they went and delivered. They won the game. And by the way, convincingly, Arsenal were by far the better team on the pitch. Anyone that says that Arsenal stole it or didn't deserve the win, they're lying. Because Arsenal, without a shadow of a doubt, were the better team on the pitch. Arteta's subs was good. He put Martin Odegaard at the end, and I thought Martin Odegaard played pretty well. Actually, he dictated where the ball is going, and I thought Martin Odegaard was pretty damn good. And I gotta say that sub changed the game. Declan Rice, I gotta give a shout to Declan Rice, to be honest with you. We have to shout Declan Rice. The amount of ground this man covers, defensively and offensively. Listen, he got an assist today from open play, not from a corner. Yes, it was played short, blah, blah, blah. But it will count as an open play because it wasn't a corner, it wasn't a dead ball. And the second one, that run at the end, when he made it all the way to block Jacob Murphy, and then after this to absolutely go all the way to the byline and he get the ball, I think it was Usula, and then he got the ball at the end and he cleared it. That man is absolutely, the energy on him are not real. They are absolutely ridiculous and phenomenal, to be honest, of Declan Rice. You watch that man, and you think, how do you have that much energy in minute 90, 94? It was brilliant. And I think that there's nothing less than what he deserves. He deserves a shot for man of the match. I know that maybe Gabriel will get it. I know maybe Mikel Merino. But for me, I would give it to Declan Rice. For me, in my opinion, man of the match. I'm thinking Eze was great. Eze was very, very good as well. And I think it was absolutely, I think it's a very good performance by Arsenal. And I think it's nothing less than what they deserve. Do you think that is a mentality shift? The mentality shift for Arsenal now. Are they going to go now and try to win the title? That is the belief. You have to believe. If you're an Arsenal fan, you have to believe. There is Liverpool, arguably the favourites to win the title with all the nuclear weapons they have, of course, with Isak, Ekitike, Salah, and all the rest of them. But Arsenal are not out of it. They're actually there. analyzing this game, they played attacking football even before they conceded, by the way. Nobody can actually now accuse Arsenal of playing defensive football. They were absolutely phenomenal and magnificent. I thought Mikel Arteta managed the game pretty damn well. I'm not sure if Saliba was injured. He should have started Saliba. Mosquera was under a little bit of pressure. He was like Newcastle were playing the ball right down his channel, trying to force him into my mistake, and he made a mistake, which is the goal came from. So maybe Mikel Arteta, we praised Mosquera a lot, but maybe Mikel Arteta need to a little bit, you know, hold off a bit about Mosquera. There's still Hincapia to come in, maybe to play a left-footed. But I'm going to give a shout as well to Calafiori, who I thought was very good today as well. Bukayo Saka, on the other hand, looks a little bit slower for you. Just let me know in the comment section. Does he look slower for you? I want to know what you guys think, to be honest with you. But listen, brilliant performance. Congratulations to Arsenal. Hit that like button, guys. If you're here, make sure to subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys. Turn on the notification bell because we'll see you later, guys. Depending when you're watching this. And we're out of here, people.